They told me I had to come talk to y'all.
AC as a team, really from start to finish, what stood out the most about the defensive effort and the connection on that end?
Yeah, I think we're just hitting a little bit of a groove on that end. To start the year, it was kind of up and down. The lineups have changed with different guys in and out. A lot of games in a short amount of time with a little bit of travel mixed in, so a little fatigue to start the year, just getting your legs under you. But I think we're starting to hit our stride on that end. And like you said, just playing connected, doing our job, covering for the other person, finishing possessions, not giving guys second shots.
Last few nights, Kaysen's kind of gotten the starting assignment on these head of the snake guys. You sort of like tag team in and take over that matchup and continue to do the job on it. What are you observing before you check in, and does any of that tailor how you then kind of approach the game in your matchup as you're getting ready to check in?
Yeah, I mean it's a valuable tool to come off the bench as long as you're paying attention and understand what's going on. Just recognizing sets, picking up play calls maybe in the first couple minutes of the game. Seeing how they're trying to attack us, and kind of how that fits into how we're trying to play. And then Kaysen obviously is just phenomenal defender. I think everyone here knows that. I don't think that's a secret. But two vastly different playing styles on back-to-back nights, and he did a tremendous job on both of them. I don't think either one of them ever got into a rhythm in just two completely different game plans as far as Curry chasing around trying to fight through screens on pin downs and staying to the ball, and then Luka's like heavy ball screen action. So two completely different ways to guard, but he's really good at both, obviously.
Will you talk about the energy that you bring whenever you come on the floor? I mean, this is November, so a long season ahead of you. You kind of really put it out there today, including the jump ball. How much?
I wanted to jump ball earlier. I'm like 2 for 2. I hit it out of bounds, but I'm counting that as a win.
So you had confidence going into that jump ball?
Yeah. It's anticipation for the most part. Like, it's not usually who can just jump the highest. It's usually a little bit of anticipation.
But talk about the energy you're bringing off the bench so early in the season.
Yeah, just trying to provide value to the team, in different ways. And towards the end of last season, into the postseason, I really started to find my groove with how I could fit into the style of basketball that the Oklahoma City Thunder play. And I think I'm just very comfortable with where I fit in this group and how I can impact the game. And one of those, one of those strengths of our team that I think I fit into really well is just the depth and the quality of depth. And, to usually see how, I've come off the bench majority of my career, so I kind of know that you have a responsibility where it's either the starters start slow and you come in and provide energy and kind of pick it up for everybody, or the starters start great and you have now the responsibility of continuing that flow and energy. So for me, it's always just a joy to play basketball. Like we won a championship and we got basically the same team back. So a lot of these guys, I've played with them for a whole full year now. I know what to expect. I know how to get them going. I know how to get myself going. And it's just a really fun team to be a part of.
Does that explain, because I was asked about the second quarter. It seems like the second quarter is when there's a lot of reserves in there. You guys kind of pick it up. You had the big steal. You ran down Reeves, then got the three on the other ends. That's kind of a conscious effort to pick that up, that energy, I guess.
I just think that I think whoever we put out, kind of regardless of who's in the lineup and who's out, I think our second five is better than everybody else's second five in the league. Humbly saying that, obviously. I mean, I'm no disrespect to anybody, but I just think, that's the confidence I have in myself and my teammates. And, we play with that confidence when we're out there. And a lot of that is the energy we play with, the connectivity on defense, and then our ability to kind of play random on offense with Shai, but then also when Shai steps off the floor. And even in saying that, we're missing some guys to start the year.
Speaking of energy, whole place was rocking when Jay Will had that bounce past the Kaysen. Mm-hmm. I think Shai later in that quarter had the behind the back to Isaiah Joe. Obviously, it's the same amount of points no matter how it goes through the hoop, but how much does that really add to the momentum when the ball is free flowing like that and guys are making plays like that?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, one of our superpowers, our strengths as a team, is the depth, the quality of depth, and another one is the unselfishness of this team. Everyone's willing to do what you need to do to win a possession. I think there was a play after I checked in early in the middle of all that, those two plays that you said, where Shai was supposed to be the low man. Jay Will was up in a pick and roll with Kaysen, and Luka was probing, and throws it to him, and Shai's there and is holding low. And, for him to be the guy he is, the MVP, the finals MVP, all those awards records that he has, to still do that as his job, I don't know how many guys at his level in the league take care of their business on that end, in that aspect. So it's just a team of unselfish guys, and we're all really excited to kind of be the one to make the play, but sometimes that is making the pass, and we got guys that are really good passers and excited to throw the pass.
Somewhat related to that, when you first got traded here, you talked about the respect you had for Shai as a guy that you've guarded a ton. Now that you've been his teammate for an entire year, finals run and all that, what stands out about him, just being able to be in the details with him every single day?
Yeah, I mean, he's just super consistent as far as, what you're going to get from him. He's going to show up to work, and he wants to play basketball. He wants to compete every single day. And I think that's something that I have, leaned into to create my career and kind of like extend my career and get to the place I am now. And just being around him, on the outside looking in, he seems very quiet and sort of meek and kind of just to himself, but he's quite the opposite. He's vocal. He says stuff when it needs to be said. He holds himself accountable. He lets others hold himself accountable. And as the best player on your team and in the league, in the world, whatever you want to call him, to be able to have that accountability and consistency it's a privilege for us as a team.
Alex,